We are here today with a very special preview, getting you ready for the very first preseason game for your LA Galaxy, 7:30 Saturday against Toronto. I'm joined here today by Joe Tutino, a broadcasting legend, his 24 seasons with the Galaxy. Thank you so much, Joe.
Oh, I'm honored to be here. I'm excited about the new season.
All right, so let's jump into it. First game, #1 on the year. What are some of your expectations in terms of how many minutes we could see guys, what kind of lineups and formations Guillermo might roll out?
Well, as we look at the first game of the season, for me, I expect guys to get 30 to 45 minutes, depending on who's starting, who's coming on, and so forth. But I expect to see as many players as Guillermo can bring onto the pitch. But for me, it's kind of like you're opening up a present. You don't know what you're going to get. I want to see how the defense looks, how the new players might affect the Galaxy, how Zlatan looks, because we're going to have a full season with Zlatan this year in Los Angeles. And the training sessions I've seen him, he looks pretty fit and ready to go. So those are just some of the things I'll be looking forward to.
Guillermo's first season here, first 3 weeks, not been here for a long time. Right. So how much of his style, his tactical play, do you anticipate we could see?
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of it in this regard, because from what I've seen in the training session where I was here, he put his stamp on the club in a hurry. And I think the guys have fallen in line in that regard. And I think everybody has a good understanding of what is expected of them, and they'll go from there.
Defensively, this team had their struggles on that end last season. How important is it in the preseason to really address some of those surface issues, really get some positives going here and to solidify kind of throughout this preseason?
Yeah, that's the one thing that was really an outlier last year for LA Galaxy historically, giving up so many goals. We've had a couple of bad seasons where the club has given up a lot of goals, but last year was one that was a head scratcher where we thought we saw, you know what, they hit a pretty good rhythm and they got it going, and then all of a sudden things would fall apart. What Guillermo said in the press conference, and when he was asked the question about defensively what the Galaxy have to do, and his answer was very simple: you have to work hard. And I think that's what he's instilling in the club. It's not about X's and O's defending. It's about, a lot of times it's about effort and going from there. And I think that's what we're going to see a lot more of from this club going forward.
And they are definitely working hard. You can ask any of the guys. You mentioned him, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The big man is back for season 2 here in the MLS. He had a great first season. What kind of impact does he have now with a whole season under his belt here in Major League Soccer?
Well, I go back to what we were talking about last year. And he was on that goal-scoring spree, and we really felt that any time, in any particular moment of the game, he could score. And we're talking about 20 goals and maybe 30 goals. And I don't see why he can't go after the record that was set last year. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that he can make it his own this year.
Lastly, Joe, this will be your 24th season with this team. What are you most excited about?
I pinch myself every year, because this is what I got into broadcasting because I wanted to be a soccer announcer. That's what I wanted to be, and everybody kind of laughed at me. So I'm happy every year we're able to do this. I'm excited for the season coming up. The Galaxy, as you know, have expectations every year to win a championship. And even though 2014 was our last championship and not that far away, well, I think we're spoiled. We feel we're due. So I'm looking forward to this season in a big way, and I think this club has the opportunity to go very far into the postseason.
Well, I'm looking forward to it as well. That wraps up our first preview. You can catch us at 7:30 p.m. on Spectrum Sportsnet this Saturday as the Galaxy take on Toronto. Thanks for tuning in.